Alright, this is a video about Sonic Adventure 3. I have no information on it, but this is kind of just a request. I hope somebody at SEGA, or somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody works at SEGA to see this, because I'm really hoping and wishing for a Sonic Adventure 3 that will be as epic as the first two. Because with the recent Sonic games that have come out, with maybe an exception to Sonic Unleashed, I didn't play it, but I heard it was really good. Sonic games have been pretty terrible. I'll just flat out say. I mean, Sonic Heroes was a big letdown. Shadow the Hedgehog, don't even get me started. And I'm talking about just platformers. The handheld ones are cool, but I mean platformers. And the most recent one I'm seeing now is Sonic Colors for the Wii. I didn't even bother reading anything about it, because all I could say to myself is, oh my god. The new Sonic Riders, that looks pretty sweet, a pretty good use of the Kinect system. But honestly, there needs to be a Sonic Adventure 3, and it needs to be open world with a kick-ass story as usual. I don't even have to say nothing about the music, because the music is always awesome. But yeah, Sega needs to make a Sonic Adventure 3. Sonic the Hedgehog, the 2006 one, that was alright, but it could have been so much better. It really could have been so much better, but it was very good. But yeah, they need to step it up. The Sonic 4 thing, you know, I kind of like how they're going back to the roots, but with the times changing and everything, I personally think it would be best to stay away from that. Don't get me wrong, I love those old games. The Sonic and Knuckles is probably my favorite back then. But there just needs to be another Sonic Adventure game, and they just need to go all out with it. I mean, Sonic Adventure was the only reason I got a Dreamcast, to be honest. After I played that demo at Sears that one night, I pestered my dad until he got it. And then Sonic Adventure 2, I absolutely couldn't wait for it. I loved everything about that game. I wish there was a free roam element, like like Sonic Adventure 1, but you know, it was still awesome. You know, I'm sure a lot of you probably yelling at me right now. You know, how could you diss Sonic Heroes? How could you diss Shadow the Hedgehog? And I'm explaining to you why. With Sonic Heroes, my biggest problem and a reason why I almost quit the game entirely was because Knuckles couldn't climb anything. Now, I know some of you are probably saying, you know, that's kind of a stupid reason to quit playing, but any hardcore fans are saying, probably saying, you know, hey, you got some good reason. I mean, he couldn't climb nothing. I mean, that's like not letting him be able to punch. I mean, I'm sorry, but that was just really stupid. The visuals were a little odd, but they're excusable because it was the first Sonic game on the next gen. Story was alright. Team Rose was just an annoyance to play with. The levels were pretty good. Music was kick-ass as always. But I don't know, the game there was just something odd about it that didn't really feel like, you know, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and that's what I've been comparing Sonic games to ever since they stopped making them, because those are the best. And you know, that's what I'm saying, you know, with the upgrade in technology, I don't understand the degradation of the games. Next would be Shadow the Hedgehog. My god. I understand wanting to give Shadow his own game because he's that kick-ass, but I think they could have did better than that. I mean, let him use guns. I mean, what the frick? Why does he need guns, for one thing? I understand maybe it fits his personality, but just no. And then the swearing, like, oh my goodness. Alright, in like, okay, if you do the hero side of the first mission, you go to another mission where you work with Sonic, and if you try to do the hero mission to that, but you fail it, Sonic's like, damn, it got away. I'm like, what? Why is Sonic swearing? This makes no sense. I honestly started laughing like, oh my god, how dumb is this? I can kind of understand, like, you know, when Shadow would get hit, he would go like, damn, when he got hit. I kind of understand that, but barely. And speaking of that one mission, you have to chase this like tank thing on a motorcycle. And It's like, why do you use vehicles unless it's something heavily armored? Well, in something that has more power than Shadow has currently. Other than that, why do you need a vehicle? He can run 5 times as fast as any vehicle in that game. It's like, I mean, you know what I mean? The levels were pretty kick-ass, I give it to you, but the story was kind of crappy. And the fact that you had to beat every single ending, which there were like 2 endings to every ending. There was 3 endings good, you know, like hero, medium, and bad. Like good, medium, and bad. And there were like two separate endings to each one. I don't understand why you had to beat every ending to get to the last boss. That's like, what, 3 times? That's like 6. You had to beat the game 6 times. There are probably more endings to that, but just from what I remember, there was a good, bad, and, you know, medium. So you had to basically beat the game 6 times, probably more, I think, in order to get to the last boss. Now, that last boss was very fun and you know, very intense, but honestly, it wasn't worth all them beating the game that many times. And the story was just flat out confusing at a lot of points. Like I said, I won't say anything about the handheld games because I'm just talking about consoles. The handheld games are pretty fun. I'll give it to them. But yeah, Sega just needs to step the Sonic game up, and they need to step it up. Like I said, the one for next gen, like Sonic the Hedgehog 2006, that could have been a lot better. It really could have. It was kind of glitchy, and the physics were weird about it. I mean, like, if you would do homing attack, after homing attack was done, you would stop dead in place and drop. Now, I was mad at that because in the first couple of Sonic Adventures, if you did homing attack, you would proceed in a direction with that momentum. You wouldn't just, like, homing attack, stop, drop. You know what I mean? Oh, and the fact that the open world aspect was very small, and the fact that he would run at a set speed, which is a really slow speed, instead of being able to speed up, that really annoyed me. But, yeah, that's what this video is about. Just, I mean, come on, Sega, just make a Sonic Adventure 3 and make it epic and go all out. You know, bring back the elements that made the first 2 Sonic Adventure games awesome, and add and take the power of the systems and add it to add it to the games. You can do much more with it. No, like I said, I know some people are gonna bash me, but try to keep it G-rated, please. Okay. Alright, well, have a nice day.